Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to use Ailyze to analyze your qualitative data. Ailyze is a tool which is powered by AI that you can use to make sense of your qualitative data. How are you going to do it? I'm going to show you step by step from the beginning where you upload all your transcript until you get the themes and the description of the theme and the visual representation. So let me show you how the outcome is going to look like. This is what you're going to see. The system is going to provide you an executive summary, and this is what you can see. Brief information about the findings, and it can also provide you a code book with as a table that has all the themes that the system has generated. And also it also provides you visual representation like word cloud and bar chart about the kinds of words that they use and how many times you're going to get that information too. It also provides you a lot of information about the themes and the categories and the codes that comes under the categories. It also, under the subtips, you also have visual representation, as you can see here, based on gender, also demographics information. So to be also, it can give you visual representation based on demographic information. I'm going to show you all this one. Right. So this is what the outcome will look like. So let's get started. So when you go to Ailyze, right, this is what you see, right? And as I said, I'm going to provide you step by step. Imagine that you have your data and you are focusing on burnout among primary healthcare physicians. And then these are your two research questions that you want to address. And this is the demographic information. And also, I have Excel spreadsheet of the demographics, and I'm going to also, you have the opportunity to upload all the demographic information, but you have to make sure that the participant ID in line with the label of the transcript. I'm going to give you more information about that. So as you can see here, I have demographic information. I'll be uploading the demographic information to the system. And also I have participant transcript. As you can see here, this is one of the transcript. It's just a page talking about the experience of burnout and also the solutions of burnout. And as you also can see, I have 5 participants that I'm going to upload into the system for the system to help me to make sense of my data, right? So let's go to the website. So when you go to the website, this is what you're going to see. In terms of the pricing, if you want to know the price, and you go to plans, and then this is what you're gonna see. So they have the free plan, and they have the pro plan. Pro plan is $50 a month, but if you use my promo code, which is EDU30, you get 30% off, right? If you use ADU30, you're gonna get 30% off. So I will also be putting the link of this website in the description section so that you can get access to it. So let's get started. So when you go, this is what you're going to see. You log in and then you go to Launch Ailyze Pro. So this is what you're going to see. So if you have your data in PDF or Word document, you're going to click on this one. If you have it in Excel spreadsheet, you're going to click on that one. Because we have our data in Word document, we click on this link, right? And then it takes you to the project that you have. If you already created some projects, you already have all of them here. So you can click here to start a new project. You create a new project by clicking on Create New Project. And here you can either upload all the transcript or use previous transcript or document. So let's say I don't want to upload any document. I already have them here that I already use. You can just select the ones that you want. So if you select, it will show here, right? So these are the documents that you'll be analyzing. If you don't want it, you can just cancel them, right? So let's assume that we don't have any document here. You click on Upload New, and you click here to browse and select. So I will select all my 5 transcripts, select all of them and click on open. So when you click on open, this is what you see, right? So it looks like everything has been uploaded. After uploading all the transcript, the next step is here. So you can see here that all the 5 transcripts have been uploaded. So you can see all the 5 transcripts here. You can also add more if you want to. If you have other transcripts that you want to provide, you can just click here and add more. So the next stage is to choose the type of analysis, right? The system was asking you, what do you want from me? Do you want a summary? If you want a summary, check that. If you want the system to develop themes from you for you and develop code book and frequency analysis, you check that. So the frequency analysis will just give you information about the themes and also the significant information that are connected and also give you visualization with maybe a bar chart about all the themes and also how many significant information that are connected to the theme or the quotation that are connected to the theme. What I'm interested in is get answers to questions and frequency analysis because this will give you the chance to provide your research question, right? If you want themes that are not based on the research question, you can choose that. It will just go through and develop themes for you. But if you want the one that will help you to address your research question, then you have to choose this. If you plan to add demographic information and find out and compare groups based on the themes that you're going to have, then you can choose this second option too, right? So when you finish, you click on Next Configuration. Now, the next stage is to answer some questions, right? So this means here, this is where you put your research questions so that the system will address or develop codes or themes based on your research question. So we have 2 research questions let me look for the 2 research questions. So these are the 2 research questions. I copy them here and put them this pattern, right? So I copy and paste that. So I have 2 research questions and then click on format it into list. So click on format into list. And then the system will just arrange everything nicely for you. You have your first research question, you have your second research question here. If you can also test the prompt. So this one, if you want to, before the system go through everything, all your transcript, right? The system you can choose some of the transcript for the system to suggest the kinds of themes that the system will be provide or the kinds of code the system is going to provide to you. So if you want that, you can click on test question prompt on file. So now maybe you want to see the kinds of themes you're going to get or kinds of codes you're going to get based on the first research question. You click on next and then you select, let's select let's select the third transcript and then tell the system to analyze. So this one is just preliminary analysis giving you information about how the results are going to look like. So as you can see, based on the research question, this is the answer to the research question based on participant 1. And if you are okay or you are satisfied with how the response is going to be, then you can go ahead and run the analysis. This is, if you are not satisfied, you have the option to maybe make a little adjustment to the research question and making sure that the system really understands what you want to find out and also address the question for you. So if you are okay with everything, you click on close and then you go ahead and click on save and next. So here it takes you to compare across segments. Also, this is where you have to bring the demographic information so that the system, if in case you want to compare and contrast anything, the system will be able to compare and contrast groups based on the themes, the system will be able to do that. So what I do is that since I already have the transcript, no, I already have the demographic information here. I will just upload it. But another thing that I just want you to pay attention to here is that make sure that the label that you are giving each participant is the same label that you have given to the file. You see the P1 document, P2 document, when you go to participant ID, I'm giving the same label, right? If you don't do that, the system will not be able to match the demographic to the files that you have in the system, right? So make sure that you have labels that are the same as the labels for participant are the same as the label for the document that you have. And also make sure that the first column is the participant ID, right? So if you are ready, you click on import segment data, and then I can drag and drop demographic in there and click on upload file. So now you can see that all the demographic information has been uploaded. You can see gender based on gender, and you can see ethnicity. Let me see, years of experience. Where is it? I cannot see years of experience. Let me see, where can I find years of experience? So it looks like it's structured, but not, I didn't see years of experience. Okay, since it didn't come, I can add the segment. Let me see. Oh. Okay, so yes, so okay, so it looks like the demographic information, the only demographic information that was imported was gender and ethnicity. When you look at here, we have age and years of experience. So it looks like if the information is continuous data, like numbers, it will not upload. It's only one categorical data, a data that you have groups. These numbers are not in groups, so that's why the system did not upload. So it only uploads variables that have groups. So that's why we only have the gender and ethnicity. So we can go ahead and do the analysis. So we click on save and next. Here you choose the type of analysis, right? We have a lot of choices here. We are doing thematic analysis, and thematic analysis is default here, so we don't have to choose anything. We go to this place. This one gives you a summary of, yes, so already thematic analysis have been selected. Already thematic analysis have been selected. So you go to the next stage, right? So you click on create project and start analysis. You click on that, and then the system starts analyzing the data. It will take a few minutes for it to finish. When it's finished, it will send you an email notification that your result is ready, and then you can click on the link that has been provided and it will take you back to Ailyze website for you to view. So as you can see here, it's still processing. You can see this icon. When it's finished, it will be green, and then we can click on it and see the results. Right. Looks like the results are ready now. So we can click on the view project, right? And then let's see. So whenever you want to see the result, you can check your email, or when you come here, you can still go to Launch Airline Pro, and then you can click on Analyze Document, PDF, and then your recent project. You see here, that's the first one. You see the first project here is the one that is the current one is ready. So this is what you're going to see. Okay, so let's go through here. So here, if you want to chat with the results or the analysis, you click here, And then you can, have it's just like ChatGPT system. You just ask the system questions based on the data that you have or the results, right? The system will be able to provide you some information. When you are done chatting, you can click on the X here and you go back to the document here. You can still add additional document if you want for the system to analyze. You can download Excel based on the results. You can share, you can add files, you can also add a theme, you can add another research question. You can always make an adjustment to the results, right? Or not make it, you can always add document to the result or add theme, and the system can run the analysis based on additional themes or the document or the question that you have provided. So let's go to executive summary. So this is what you're going to see. Click on it here, and this general summary based on the data that you have and also the findings, right? So you can see information about the causes of burnout and general information, strategies to reduce burnout. So it's technically based on the causes and the solutions of burnout, the research question that you have. Just so this is just a brief information about the findings. You can also view word frequency visualization. So this is where it can give you word cloud. So the frequency, think about frequency is a word frequency is the number of words participants use, right? So this one is based on the number of words that they use in as you were talking. It's like, oh, this one focus on the kinds of words that they use and how many times, right? So you can see that the top 50 words, you can increase it to top 100 words, but you want to go to top 50 words. Let me go here, top 50 words. This is what you're going to see. You can also have the option to stop some words if you don't want them to show here. You can right click on it and then you can click on stop word, right? And then it will remove that information. So let's try it. So let me see. So this is just a visual representation based on the data you can export. Let me see what I can export. I think you cannot export, you can screenshot, right? You can, oh yes, you can export this one by clicking on it. It can be in PNG, right? As a PNG, you can export as a PNG, and also you can export the list of all the words and its frequency. So this one is showing the kinds of words that they use and how many times that they use it, right? You can always, I think you can modify it if you want to. You can do further exploration, but I think this one is not needed now. If you want it to be circular, you can check here. If you want it to be square, you can check this one. I think I like the circular one. So this is what you can see, right? This is what you're going to see. And this is based on, let me see. Is it based? So it did not say. So here, I don't know whether it's really based on all the five transcripts or is based on the significant information that was extracted from the data, right? So this is where the system, maybe they have to clarify this place. Is this analysis based on, is this, these words were either based on the transcript or it's based on the information that was extracted from the transcript? So that's what needs to be clarified. Yeah, so the next one is, the main one is your research question. What are the findings? What did you see? What are the findings concerning the research question? So remember that we put two research questions. One is about the causes of burnout. So you click here, and then it gives you a summary, right? And if you want additional information, you click on view more analysis, and this is what you can see. And it looks like you can copy and paste it on a Word document if you want to copy that information. And then you go here, visualization here. So remember that we put demographic into the system. So we have gender. If you want to click overall, this is what you're going to see. This is all the themes or the codes, right? And the number of times is the number of documents. So you see the number of documents, the number of participants. So you can see here 5 participant was linked to this theme or code, 4 participant 3, 2, 1, 1, right? So, and if you want to do it by gender, this is what you're going to see, right? And you can export this one if you want as PNG, right? So let's go to the code. Here, the system doesn't say themes per se, right? But I may consider these as themes, right? Because there's no mention of themes, it's just indication of a code. So just assume that these are themes addressing a research question, right? So we have 6 themes and they're addressing the research question. When you click on each of them, or if you click on the theme or the code, this is what you're going to find, the quotation. It also provides a little bit of context, right? And here you have the ability to add any quotation that you think is connected to this theme or code. You can click here and then you can go and select any part of the data, right? And then you click on assign to code. So you have a lot of options. You can also add a code or a theme in addition to what the system has provided you. And in terms of comparison, let's say you want to compare based on gender. This is what you're going to get. It gives you information about the differences between two groups based on the findings. So you can read and then get some information that will help you to write your results and also write your discussion. I don't recommend you copying and pasting this information into your manuscript or your research document or your dissertation. This is information to you to better understand, and then you can take some of the information to help you to write your findings. So you can explore and get ideas based on what you find here. What you may take from here directly can be the themes or the codes that you have here, right? It's okay to take the phrases that you have. The most important thing is you have to be transparent. Whenever you are presenting your findings, you have to talk about the fact that you use this software to help you to make sense of your data. And you have control over the process because you decide the research question that you want the system to answer. You can review the results and take out information that is not really addressed in the research question. You have control over the process, right? And you are not just a passive data analyst. You are an active one, reviewing, and the same thing that we always tell you when you're using AI tool, they can make mistakes. So don't just take things here and use it. You have to verify, you have to make sure that they are addressing the research question. You have to make sure that the quotations are from the data, right? So this one is also information about ethnicity. Then last one is the summary of individual files. So the system has also summarized individual files that are connected to this codes or the codes that I showed you, right? So let's go to the next question. The research question two. The same thing, it has a summary. You can expand this one to get the analysis. See it as interpretation of the finding. That's what I can see from here. Further analysis. Here you have the gender and also ethnicity. I think you have only one participant connected to one theme. So there's only one theme or one code that was generated. You can add more if you think it's not sufficient. You have the ability to click here and also indicate a code or a theme, and the system can run the data again and then see whether to be able to identify anything that is significant. So this is what I have for you. If you have any question, let me know. I'll be happy to address them for you. And there's another place that you can also explore the same thing that we look at. When you click here, it shows you the executive summary, it gives you the visualization, the word frequency. When you click on it, it will take you to the word cloud that we have already looked at here. So it has the same kind of information, and also here your research question and the quote or the theme that came out of the research question. So this is what I have for you. So the lesson here is that this system can help you to make sense of your data. You always have the ability or the option to review and also take out any information that is not helping you to address your research question. You also have an option to interact with the system and get more information or more understanding or more answers to your research question. You can do that, right? So when you go here, chat, and then you can ask the system more. Can you generate teams addressing this research question? So let's see. Let me go and copy that my second research question and see what it will do. So it's analyzing and let's see what we're gonna get. So you see how the system was able to go to your data and provide you detailed information about a theme. So this one will be very helpful, especially when the main analysis didn't provide much. You see, the main analysis, we have only one code or theme addressing the research question, but when you interact with the system, you get more information, right? You can also say that, can you put the data to the new things you have generated? So I'm asking the system to provide quotations. So you see the system is providing quotations and also provide an explanation. So I think it works similar to ChatGPT. I like this function because you get further information and additional findings that will be helpful to make sense of your data, right? Especially if you are not satisfied with what the main analysis provided. This is also a way of getting additional information. I think this one is helpful because now we have themes addressing the research question and quotation in support of that, right? So always check whether the quotations are directly from the transcript. So when you are done, you can even copy and paste it on your document so that you will not lose this information. Let's ask the last question. Let's see whether you can generate a frequency table. Can you generate frequency showing all the themes and their respective number of quotations? Let's see whether the system can do that. Yes, perfect. So you see that there are two quotations from for this first theme, holistic personal coping strategies. Wow, this is good. Right. Yep, I like this function. Right. So this is what I have for you. Try and use it and let me see what your thoughts are. If you have any question, you can put in the comment section. I'll be happy to address them for you. If you want to use this or explore this one and you want to get access to it, you can subscribe to or get the pro plan for pro plan, and then you get 30% off if you use this promo code ADU30. If you use the promo code, you're gonna get 30% off. So thank you so much for your time.